Hello, we're back. So today we're doing a Survivor recap for the past two episodes because we were unavailable for the ones before. So we're going to go through what we thought about the first episode and the most recent one. Just to begin with the first, the most memorable moment was the bug in the ear.
No, that was really gross.
I've never found myself that horrified or disgusted, and I literally was screaming at the computer screen. I was just screaming the whole time, and I was like, what the hell? Why are the cameramen just watching? Like, why is everyone just watching and letting this happen? Like, why was there no medical team coming to the rescue? Like, I just did not understand what was happening. So that was really horrifying, and I think that's one of my new biggest fears. What do you think?
They made it off to be a big deal, but they didn't do anything.
And it's so weird. It's
everyone was commenting. I was looking at Twitter, and Twitter was blasting.
Everybody who was watching this was like, what the hell? Why are they doing nothing about this? Like, this is a bug in someone's ear. That is so bad on so many levels. Like, there could be freaking, like, eggs that they hatch. Like, we don't know what kind of bug this is, right? Later we saw it, but how can they be okay with it? I did not understand the lack of caring on everybody's part. That just was weird. And I felt really bad for her. To get on with the actual game, not too much happened. We can just sort of skip to Tribal Council. In the Tribal Council, basically it was between Darnell and Alicia. And Darnell made quite a few mistakes. He, pooped in the river near them, or the ocean.
But then that wasn't a big mistake.
No, that wasn't a big deal, but they were all just kind of like, what the hell? He claims later...
No, it was just because of the comp. I think that they wanted to take him out because of the comp.
I also think it has to do with racism, too. Like, we can't really deny that probably played a role. It usually does, especially with, early boots.
Maybe it's because Alicia's, a pretty girl...
Well, I don't think they think she's a pretty girl, but I just think that they can easily manipulate her because she's a woman, and the fact that and she's also really ditzy. It's not just because she's a woman. Yeah. But I think with him, they thought it's harder to do that because he's a black male. It's sad, and I really think he should have stayed. I don't understand why they did that. I think Alicia's much more unreliable and weird. I don't know. I just don't think she's a good player, and I really think she should have gone home. Yeah, so moving on, basically, I'm just going to go through the different tribes and talk about what happened. So the Brains tribe, there's sort of a conflict brewing between the older group of people and the younger ones, and I find, what's her name, Debbie, the chemist, really annoying. I think she's just extremely annoying, and she won't stop talking about how great she is at everything. And what's really, really funny in the second episode is when, what's her name? Elizabeth. When Elizabeth says, oh, this water isn't safe for drinking, we have to boil it, Debbie goes, no, it's fine, I'm a chemist, and in her DR she's like, I'm a chemist, I've been studying water for a billion years, so I know. But, but this is the funny thing. So, I found an article, you can look it up, it's in the news. So, Debbie was actually one of the chemists who faked the water results for, I think, Flint or some other, I think it was New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina, something really huge. And, she knew that the water was bad and, pretended that it wasn't. So that proves right there, one, she's a horrible person, and two, her reliability is very questionable, and she knows nothing about water, or at least, maybe she does, but she won't tell anyone the correct stuff. So she's probably just boiling water is too annoying, I'm just gonna pretend it's fine, and, try to make them all die, when we all know that Tony
That's a pretty good strategy, though.
I know, but it's ridiculous. Tony got parasites for, so long from drinking water from the well without boiling it.
But then, it was kind of his fault. He saw dead iguanas and stuff inside it.
Well, okay.
And he drank from it.
Maybe there are no dead iguanas, but, you have to boil the water. That is, one of the main rules of things. I don't even live in this place, and yet I still boil the tap water. You have to boil water. So, what the hell? Just what the hell?
But in some countries, you don't have to. In England and stuff, You just drink the tap water.
Like, we also technically don't have to, but that's not the point. They're in Survivor. Like, they should be doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they were so insensitive. And the stupid Joseph, the other old guy, who I had, like, all this faith in, he's just siding with Debbie and being a dick to Elizabeth. And, like, I feel really bad for her, because she was, like, genuinely being normal, and they were just being completely ridiculous.
I think they're gonna get out soon.
Oh, I hope they do. I really hope they do. I hope all the young people side against them, because as much as, again, I have nothing against older people, especially in Survivor and Big Brother and stuff like that. Like, I just think it's great that there's representation, but they're the ones that are singling themselves out. Like Debbie and Joe, because they're sort of together, they're like purposely being antagonistic to Elizabeth, who did nothing wrong. Like, I really don't understand that at all. I don't get that conflict. And they're also being very mature, which, you know, if you're older, you should set a good example for everybody, but okay, whatever. Okay, so moving on, the Braun tribe had some interesting romance going on between Caleb and Ty. So Caleb and Ty, they shared some, like, bonding moments.
Before that, when Ty was, like, looking for the idol, first episode, that was really.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to talk about that. That was really dumb. I mean, if he was in the Brains tribe, I would get it, because they're all strategically minded. They're all gonna go look for the idol.
But, like, even the Brains tribe, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but I feel like if someone did, people wouldn't be like, oh my god, they're sketchy. They'd be like, that's normal, we're all like that.
A stupid excuse about like, oh, I'm just gonna look at the trees.
He kind of did, or he was caught, and then he sort of had to. At first, I thought that was gonna be very bad for his game, but now I see he's bonding quite well with people, so I also thought he would not be able to fit in. Like, I was worried about that, even though I like him and he's on my team. So I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out in the second episode, because I thought it was not going to go well.
The first episode, he was, like, saying, like, to people, like, trees are living things and stuff, and I was like...
Which I agree with.
It's kind of weird.
It's a very specific take on trees and nature, but
It's really strong.
Yeah, it's very strong, but I like it, although I do think that, you know, if they need to make a shelter, they need to use trees. Like, they don't have other things, but he still lets them. Like, he still lets them do what they want to do. But he still shares his opinion and beliefs on that.
Yeah.
I still like him. And anyway, so when him and Caleb, like, almost kissed, that was adorable, and I just think, I like how Caleb... I kind of like how Caleb's embracing this. Like, when I saw Caleb in Big Brother, he was very creepy to Amber, and he seemed very manly, and he was, like, with the bros, so I really didn't know
I think
how...
he fixed himself.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's engaged now, or has a girlfriend, really helps.
Or maybe he just looked back and was like, oh, we're gonna fix that.
Yeah, I think he's definitely changing. I hope that's actually how he will continue to be, because he's also on my team. I actually think that he has changed a lot for the better, so good job. So the Braun tribe goes to tribal again, becoming the Brains tribe of the original Brain Brawn versus Beauty, basically the worst tribe. You would think that they would do well, but I don't know, they're just not doing well, and I really don't know why they voted out Darnell. Like, I honestly think that was a horrible mistake. And, yeah.
Because that girl we were talking about, Ashley.
Alicia?
Alicia, yeah. She's, like, she doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
She's not, like, she's pretty much floating right now.
She, like, tried to make a fire, and it didn't even work, really, and, like, the bounty hunter had to come and, like, help her, and I don't know.
I don't think she's a Braun.
I don't know why she... Like, I feel like they sort of miscast some people, probably on purpose, but I thought she would be a lot stronger and just better at things, so I'm kind of disappointed. But anyways, they go to tribal council, and then some really funny stuff happens. So Jennifer goes up to Alicia and says, let's make an all-girls alliance, and of course Alicia's like, yes, I'm going home, so thank you for saying that. They get Sydney to join, and so the three of them have a plan to take out the bounty hunter. I think his name is Kyle or Jason or something. Kyle. So they are gonna take him out, and then Jennifer does the stupidest thing I have seen in so long, and, like, she has it covered. Like, they don't really suspect that much. Kyle sort of suspects a little bit, but they're fine. And then Jennifer, during tribal council, basically says to Jeff, oh yeah, it's up in the air, I don't know what I'm doing, which is, like, the dumbest thing I have ever, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen someone do in Survivor. And so right away, the guys are like, what the hell? You just told us we were good. And she starts sort of backing herself up into a corner and like saying ridiculous things and like standing up and declaring how reliable she is. And it just backfires so badly that she actually ends up going home. Like on the spot, they decide to vote her out. And in the previous episode, we saw that on the spot, they almost chose to keep Darnell, which they really should have. But with this one, we did not really expect that they would right away be like, okay, let's take her out.
But like, she was really bad.
Yeah, no, she proved how unreliable she was, and that was very stupid.
But now like, Sydney and the other girls, they all have, like, targets on the back.
I think Sydney did a pretty good job at saving herself, actually. I think when the guys were sort of like, what's going on, she was sort of acting as though she was on their side. And even earlier she had said that she didn't really trust Jennifer anymore because Jennifer was going back and forth. So I think she's more okay. But I think Alicia is still not doing too well.
She's a pawn.
Yeah, she's just there to have a vote, basically, at this point. I hope they do a tribe change soon, or like a tribe swap. There were sort of hints at that for maybe this upcoming week or the week after. So I hope they do because
it's getting like...
Yeah, I want to see something happen. I also want Braun to win for once because I want to see what happens when other tribes go to tribal council. Specifically, I really want Debbie out, so I really want to see Brains go.
I'm really curious about Beauty, what they would do.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one because they all seem really happy and like they all seem like they like each other. Yeah, but it seems fun to be in that tribe. That's a cool tribe. Well, any final thoughts?
At least I have like my favorite, Neil, Audrey, like that group, the young
Who's
group.
Audrey?
Aubrey.
She's on my team.
I know. I like the young Brains.
Yeah, me too.
The young Brains
I like the young people in the Brains tribe for sure. And I'm pretty impressed actually with Peter too, because in the second episode he came off pretty understanding to Elizabeth's problems, and he came off like he also was really good in the challenge. So I'm pretty impressed with him also. I'm looking forward to see what's happening next.
With our lists. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah. It is, yeah. Actually, I lost one in the first round, and then you lost one, so we're tied, which usually happens for a while until the end, and then I usually win. So comment and let us know what you thought about Jennifer's downfall, and just any other things that you thought were interesting about the past 2 episodes.
Comment on who you think is gonna win.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!